Welcome to my tutorial on how to load your Story of the World audiobook into your iTunes in order to play into your iPad or your iPhone or any other device, tablet or mobile device that you may want. But this one tutorial particularly refers to loading it in the iPad. So I have already purchased the MP3 files. There are two different types of audiobooks, the MP3 files and the audio CD. This one that I have purchased is particularly the MP3 files, as you can see here. They come in 4 different zip files, which I have already unzipped, and they're here, right here, ready for me to transfer into iTunes. So what I do is I go ahead, highlight everything, and all I have to do really is drag them into my iTunes. So I can just put them in music, and you can see it's copying. And if I go to my recently added, you will be able to see right here the files that have just been transferred. So I'm gonna go to chapter 11 through 20 and do the same operation again. So all I have to do again is just highlight everything. I drag them into the music library. There, as you can see, recently added, they're all being added to my iTunes. So let's go ahead and do that the third time. Highlight everything and just drag it again into my iTunes. There we go. And now the last folder, and I'm highlighting everything and dragging it into the iTunes. Alright, so now let's wait until everything is being loaded. Alright, so there they are, everything is. And now what I need to do, as you can see here, I have Story of the World Volume 2, the Middle Ages, and everything Story of the World Volume 2, the Middle Ages. I need to make sure, if I go to music here, there it is, Story of the World Volume 2, the Middle Ages, and everything is in there from chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, all the way through chapter 42 in order. The last thing I want to show you is how you can upload the cover of the audiobook so that it's nice and easy to find later on when you want to. So for that, all I have to do is go to images.google.com and just find Story of the World Volume 2. There it is. So I pick that, and I should have a file there, and I want to choose the one that corresponds to the audiobook. Actually, let's write audiobook here so I get the audio. This is the one. So all I need to do is go into here, select that, and right click the mouse if you have a Mac. Otherwise, with your Windows, you can double click until you get this window here, and as you can see here, it says artwork. All you need to do is drag this artwork in there and click OK. So give it a few moments until it loads, because it needs to actually go through every single track in order to update with the cover image in there. It's time to transfer it to my iPad. So here is my iPad, and I want to make sure that the selected the selected files are going to be transferred. So I can go to albums directly over here in albums and find for Story of the World, which should be right there. And as you can see, there is a Story of the World Volume 1, which is what I did last time, and now I'm going to go ahead and select Story of the World number 2. Since I have to play musical chairs a little bit with my iPad because I have so many things in there, I'm gonna go ahead and remove Story of the World 1, just because I think there's a lot of things in there. And I can hit apply. And now it's syncing. And as soon as it's finished syncing, I can unplug my iPad and I'll have it ready to listen whenever we want to. So here is my tutorial. I hope this was useful and that you can also load your MP3 files into your iPad. The same process is exactly the same if you had an audio CD. All you have to do is load the CD into your computer, and then you just drag the files into your iTunes and go from there, exactly the same as we have done. However, bear in mind that audio CD files are heavier, therefore they will use more space in your iPad than MP3 files would. So thank you very much for listening to my tutorial, and I hope this was useful.